I created the Stone Body Gua Sha because I had a lot of things going on in my body, and I had mold toxicity, and I had a thyroid issue, and Hashimoto's had come up, and I had just found out about that. And I started getting all of these food allergies. And so my body was like battling estrogen dominance as well. And so my hormones were completely out of whack. And also I was having these reactions to food. And so I was dealing with a lot of inflammation in my system. And so I would blow up, and then I would shrink, and then I would blow up, and I couldn't figure out what was causing it at the time. And so I was trying to manage the effect of the inflammation. And so I really started, doing a lot of research in anti-inflammatory lifestyle and how to rid fluid from the body naturally. And so as I went through that journey, I was also traveling across the world quite frequently. And so I was looking into ways that you avoid inflammation from travel, like compression socks and all of these types of tools, drinking hot water with lemon every morning, and like anything I could biohack or hack or do that could make my body just depuff. And then I really got into lymphatic drainage. And I started researching like how supermodels could fly to shoots and not blow up on airplanes, not expand on airplanes from the compression from the flight, how they managed that, as they were like flying to Fiji for shoots and all over the world, how they managed to keep their bodies, looking great and feeling great with all of the stuff that was happening. And so I started finding the best lymphatic masseuses in the world. And as I was traveling all over the world, I started doing a lymphatic massage before I would get on the plane, and then I would do a lymphatic massage when I got off the plane. So I was like double ending one side and then the other side. And so as I was going through my travel experience, I was kind of creating this Rolodex of like all the killer lymphatic masseuses in the world. And so I came across a bunch of them, and I started asking a lot of questions. I started asking a lot of questions about the lymphatic system and acupuncture, and educated myself about Vader and the Sheila Perez method, and was watching this also in my body and how I was reacting to the way that they were massaging me. And so I really wanted to figure out a way how I could see them, but also consistently move this fluid in my body when I was not seeing them. Like, how could I do this at home? And so I had found a wooden paddle in my journey, and the wooden paddle was really making a difference in how I felt. As I used the wooden paddle every single day, I was noticing it moving fluid. The thing with the wooden paddle was that it was a great tool, but like it wasn't like awesome for me. Like I happened to my hand slipped off of it, and I broke 4 nails one day, and I was like, this needs, from like a product design, perspective, this needs to be better because I keep breaking my fingernails, and it's doing what it needs to do, but like, where is there room for improvement? And so as I use a facial gua sha, and I use a facial gua sha like 3 to 4 times a week, and it's a buy-in stone facial gua sha. And so I started, researching why facial gua shas are made of buy-in stone. And I started going into the traditional Chinese stone and researching this traditional stone and finding out that it contained over 40 trace minerals just in the stone itself. And those minerals, when you put that on your body, automatically, because of the minerals in the stone, starts that inflammation process, starts the anti-aging process, starts boosting collagen just from the natural components of itself. And so I was like, ding, ding, like, why aren't we using this gua sha, this buy-in stone gua sha on our bodies? And I really wanted to look at the wooden paddle and the facial gua sha, and how could I merge that into one amazing product, and how could I make it better? How could I make it so you could hold it better and ergonomically use it better on your body, and add a different texture, like the comb side of it, to like really enhance the moving of fluid and the sculpting of muscles and the releasing of toxins and getting rid of that cellulite and activating, the collagen and really getting into, ladies, cellulite. So like, I'm 40 and I'm really starting to like get into how I can be the best version of myself. I've always been this way, but I'm really like dialing it in. And so this was an awesome opportunity for me to get into this research, and I started creating prototypes. And about 2 years of prototypes, I finally got to the stone design that I have active now. And I am so proud of it. And I really created it so that we can feel the best version of ourselves in our own body. And we can do these types of massages on ourselves at home, and it doesn't cost $300 a whack every single time. And so from a cost standpoint, you have the ability to create the same results in your system, and also like take that financial burden kind of off. Doing this at home is so great for you. And so I really I'm so proud of this, and adding this into a dry rush as well and really combining those two, I just felt so passionate about how the results had shown up in my body and how I felt that I couldn't not share this. I couldn't not bring this to life. And it really wasn't something that I had planned on sitting down and doing. I really just kind of went through my process and figured that out. And I really saw it in my own physical body and was like, every woman, every man, everyone that wants to feel the best version of themselves needs to do this every single day, or at least 3 to 4 times a week at home, and not have to rely on getting into a spa or studio. And I think you definitely need to do that too. And I think that's a wonderful practice to have someone else do it. But it's not like you're relying on that. You have the ability to do it at home as well. And so that is why I created it. I am just so happy and so proud of it. And I hope anybody who uses it sees the difference. We've been getting such massive response from women. I just had a woman in her late 60s call me the other day, and she was like, already see the difference in 5 days. Like, I've been using it, and I am so happy that you brought this to life. And that just makes me feel so good that I get to be able to share that with other people, and they get to feel good in their own skin as well. And so that's why I created Body Gua Sha.